Hi folks, and welcome back to the channel. So today I thought it would be quite a cool idea to basically just talk a little bit more about the channel idea, and basically talk about why I've why I'm doing like a YouTube channel, and also what I'm expecting to sort of like put into that YouTube channel, and also talk about a couple of like YouTubers that are my favorites and they really kind of like inspired me to make a YouTube channel. So number one, why am I doing a YouTube channel? So there's a couple of reasons for this. Like one of the main ones actually is I like the whole idea of having like a diary. Like I like the idea of, like having that life vlog so that you can record, you know, your life basically, and then, when you're much older and you're looking back, you have something to look back on. You can, it's quite cool. Obviously that's why people keep diaries so that they can, you know, remember that, remember how they felt at a certain time or whatever. So like I've tried it a few times with like written diaries, with like digital diary apps. You get like, I think it's called Diaro or something like that. It's a diary app basically that you can get for your phone. Um, and it's just like a written diary except it's digital and you can add like photos to it and stuff like that. So I've tried stuff like that, and I also see Instagram is almost a bit like that. Like, obviously it's nice to be able to show photos to people and they can like them and stuff like that, and that's quite cool. But one of the main reasons for me I actually really like having an Instagram is because, like, it's basically like a diary. Like, I can hopefully look back in that in like 10, 15, 20, 30 years' time, and I can see, wee bits of my life, and it's quite cool. So that's one of the reasons. The other one is like confidence. Like, I'm a person that's like bothered with anxiety quite a lot. I'll probably talk about that a bit more, like later on in the channel. But I thought it'd be quite cool because it's like, sometimes in real life, like when you're talking about stuff, like you can get a bit embarrassed, or you can be talking about a topic that you've maybe got a strong opinion on, and obviously if there's a lot of other people around, like sometimes it can be quite difficult to just sort of like, sit and talk about something. So I think it's quite cool to like actually have something like that where, like, I can basically just talk to the camera there now and basically voice my opinion, and it's absolutely fine because it's just the camera. You don't get that same embarrassment, although I mean I sometimes do. It can sometimes be a wee bit awkward, and I found that even when I was trying it the first time with like the game videos, like, I would almost kind of like mess it up mid sentence or something, and it just didn't work. Um, that's why I'm trying my best now to like do it in first take. Um, so that basically, like, unless I really mess it up, like I'll do it in the first take, and that means that I can just fire it up on YouTube and it's fine. Because most of the time it probably is fine. I mean, that's one of the main reasons why I'm doing this, is because I know I'll get better at it. Like these first videos will be crap, but I know that if I do it enough, if I practice it enough, I'll be quite, I'll be okay at this at least. Hopefully good at it, but at least like okay at it. So that's one. That's another reason. And what was the next thing? Aye, what can we expect in the YouTube channel? So I've got a few things, like obviously a bit like the daily videos, like, or one video every 2 days. See, the problem is, like, I'll become obsessed with this quickly, and I'll just want to make videos all the time. Um, so, but as I says, I'm committing to that, like, what, at least one video every 2 days, hopefully daily. Like, I'm gonna try and do it every day. But obviously there's just some days that nothing much interesting's happening and stuff like that. And I found that with diaries as well. Like some days, like there's literally nothing to write. I mean, you wake up, you go to work, you come back, nothing particularly spectacular. Um, so there is that. Um, but there'll be other things. Hopefully, like, um, hopefully do a bit of travel vlogging. I mean, the only place I've ever really properly travelled is like New York. That was my real. That's been my only real like huge holiday, if you know what I mean. But there'll be other things. So like, I love going out and stuff like, going to like Arran or something like that, or going out in the Waverley. Like, hopefully the Waverley paddle steamer's gonna start up again, and that's something that I'm really looking forward to doing. So when I get out in that, I'll definitely be making videos, and I think that'll be quite cool. I know a guy that's training to be a pilot. So hopefully, like sometime, soonish, once things start kind of starting up again, like I'll be able to start to go flying with him again. Um, and it's another one of those things. Like, obviously, as I said, I've got anxiety, but I like to challenge myself, if you know what I mean. Like when I go into something and like I get scared, like it almost makes me want to do it like more, if you know what I mean. Like, I don't know why that is, but I like challenging myself. I like projects. I like learning. I love that. I love aviation as well, which definitely helps. Um, but yeah, so like I'm, I'm hoping to do a lot with the channel. I'm hoping to do a lot of cool stuff with the channel. Um, and obviously there'll be other things like traveling to different places and that. And I'm basically just gonna, as I said, I'm going to try and make a video every day, and most of the time it will just be like a normal video like this because I'll not be going anywhere. I might even just be talking about some random topic that happens to take my interest that day, which happens all the time. Like I'm one of those people, like I'm literally thinking all the time, like, all weird thoughts about everything basically. Um, so yeah, so I'm, I'm gonna try my best and, just make a video every day. Like, hopefully, eventually, I'll be able to build something quite interesting. Um, Third thing, last point. So, what are my favorite YouTubers? Well, who are my favorite YouTubers? So I've got quite a few. Um, I'm gonna group the first three into like a group. Fair enough, right? A group, right? I'll so I've got three YouTubers that are I'm grouping them because they're very, very kind of like similar, if you know what I mean. So there's Isaac Arthur, Joe Scott, and Tim Dodd, who runs a channel called Everyday Astronaut. And they're all kind of like science technology YouTubers. Isaac Arthur does a lot of videos about like really far out technology to do with like space travel and biotech and stuff like that. It's really cool. Joe Scott, he does a lot of science videos, and Tim Dodd, he does a lot of kind of like space related videos as well. The second guy is a guy called B Dobbins for the win, FTW. Um, and he's like a gaming YouTuber. He's a gamer, but the games it's kind of similar to what I originally wanted to do. Like, he runs the games, he does the games, but the main thing is this commentary in the background, and he talks about a lot of kind of like social and political stuff, and it's really interesting. Like, I find him to be like really. I think a lot of the stuff he talks about is actually really like quite clever. He talks about how the economy influences the types of video games that we're getting just now, and he talks about how he thinks school should be restructured towards like gaming and stuff like that. And he makes really compelling arguments about a lot of this stuff as well. Like, it's quite cool. Um, the third one is a guy called Kaio Kalinsky, who runs a channel called Secular Talk. Now he's a bit more famous of a YouTuber, and he's obviously like left leaning, but the main reason I like him is because I feel like he's the most genuinely principled like political YouTuber. Like, you know he's got his obvious beliefs, but he doesn't let that cloud like reality, if you know what I mean. Like, he'll give everybody like a fair shot, if you know what I mean. Like, in he'll give praise to like either side when they deserve it, and he'll also criticize either side when they deserve it. Um, and he's like more of a kind of radio host. I think he like hosts a podcast as well, although I literally just watch his YouTube. And then the other guy's obviously Joe Rogan. Everybody knows Joe Rogan. You know, I mean, he is every guest under the sun on, like, you know, he talks about everything basically, and he's a that's kind of, you know, I'm interested in a lot as well, like, and that's why I really like Joe Rogan, like, because, you know, literally any topic you can think of, like, he'll have a guest on that's talking about it, like, it's really cool. So yeah, that's basically like a basic rundown of like, you know, kind of a basic. It's kind of like a longer introduction to my channel, um, albeit probably not a very good one. But as I says, like, I'm literally just gonna make these videos and just put them up, and that's really the only way I'm gonna build something, because if I let the perfect, like, sort of, there's this saying like, don't let the perfect be the enemy of the good. So, you know, I could make a video and it's quite good, it's okay, it's reasonable, but it's not as perfect as I'd like it to be. Well, like, I just need to kind of like go over that and just put it up anyway, because that's the only way I'm going to get better, is if I practice. So, yeah, pretty much. So, hope you guys enjoyed that video. Whoever's watching, if you liked it, give a like. If you hated it, give it a dislike. And if you think you'd be interested in my channel, then please subscribe. So, bye, folks.